Hello, my name is Ollie Stevenson and this is my co-host
Jordan Brady-Williams, and we welcome you to The Pathway.
We have an exciting programme for you today. We're kicking things off with an interview with Isaiah Clayberg, who is active for Pride and played his latest season in the Elf.
We'll follow that up with a look into the history of SJS Pride, how it reached the heights that were previously unheard of on this island. To close that out, we'll have an interview with SJS Pride's very own DB, Sydney Adoye.
Then we're off for a little bit of fun with our on-campus reporter Spencer Thompson, who is out interviewing some of our lovely locals on the landscape of the current Premier League.
And Harvey Maggs will be taking us on a journey, showcasing us one of the more endearing SJS success stories.
Next on the menu, we have a tell-all interview with SJS alumni Jack Doble, speaking about his time in the US. Before we close out today, we have a special surprise, so please all stay tuned.
But first, we're heading over to our reporter Alfie Carey, who's talking to Isaiah Clayberg about his football career so far.
So right now, I think one of the biggest signings or announcement is Isaiah Clayberg, the offensive lineman.
I think he will continue to do well as a very good O-line coach there, working with those guys. That's NFL O-line coach, and I think he's learning, he's getting better. He has a very high ceiling potential. So he will be a definite anchor for us on the offensive line.
I first started out because my aunt suggested it to me after I hadn't been doing anything for a while. And I just kind of tried it out in Amsterdam, and then through there it just clicked for me. It was like, oh, this sport makes so much sense. And from there, I just kind of built on it.
How did you get into the Pride?
I was playing national team, actually, and I didn't really have any interest in school. And then Coach Ben and Coach Fitz reached out to me and said that they were very excited about my potential and that I would be able to get a degree if I came here. So I just decided to take that step.
What year did you come to the Pride, and how was your first couple of years before we joined the Bucks League?
My first year was probably 2018 or 2019, I don't remember. It was very rough for me at the start because we didn't play a lot of games. And I was injured my entire first year. So I didn't practice much, I didn't play much. I was very frustrated with being here. And then over time, I started settling in and gaining more experience here. And then before you knew it, we were in the Bucks League.
During our first season in the Bucks League, you signed your first pro contract to the Oslo Vikings. How did that experience, followed by the Padawan Dolphins of the GFL, help transition to the Bucks League and help be a leadership role in the offensive line room?
I think it just kind of brought up my football IQ and what I feel like O-linemen should be, because obviously at Bucks we were all very young. None of us really had a lot of experience playing, and me going pro gave me an edge in what I saw in the mentality of other players that I'd been around, especially in Paderborn and stuff like that, where you just have guys that have been playing for a long time and just kind of take you along in what they're feeling and how they approach the game.
So coming back for your 6th year, I believe, coming off your first season in the ELF for the Raiders, how is that going to impact this season as we're in sort of a rebuild phase of the new leagues and we're currently top of the tables? How is your experience going to impact us to push for the Bucks final?
I think y'all are a good team without me. Like, y'all won every game without me, so I'm more of a support role this year. I'm just here to make sure that we get to where we want to go, and we're going to try to win the league all together. But I'm more there for like a guidership more than I am there to just, win games for you guys.
So follow the Film Pride on Instagram to keep in touch with Isaiah's journey and how we finish off the season. Thanks for watching.
Next, we'll be going to our reporter Ethan Hunt, who's going to talk about the recent history of SGS Pride and some of the accomplishments they've managed to get throughout the years.
American football at SGS has been a powerhouse ever since they started up in 2008, where this trailblazing idea to start up the American Football Academy has paved the way for academies throughout the UK and Europe for the past 15 years. In that time, SGS has seen many replicas of the successful model both here in the UK as well as overseas in France, Sweden, Austria and now Spain. SGS continues to lead the way with this amazing investment to create the UK's first American football only 4G field, which cost a staggering £680,000 to build, with stitched in coloured end zones and field markings. Through the years of SGS American football team, Pride have sent a lot of players across the world playing for different high-level teams after they leave. For example, many players have gone to NCAA colleges in America as well as high-level JUCO teams. Some players take a different route and go to Europe to play professional football. In total, Pride have sent over 100 players to play in professional football. In the more recent years, Pride is thriving with the 2021 to 2022 season, where they won the National Championship, as well as the current year of Pride are playing in the Premiership and are currently 3-0 with a push to another National Championship as well as an undefeated.
Thank you, Ethan. Ethan is now talking to a DB of the SGS Pride, Sydney Adoye, who joins us live, giving us some of his favourite moments over the past years.
Hello, my name is Ethan Hunt. I'm joined here with Sydney Adoye, SGS DB, as well as CGFO, Okanagan Sun DB. Sydney, you were here when SGS Pride won the Division 1 Championship.
Yeah.
What was it like playing in that game, and what was that year like?
That year was it was a great year for us because obviously we went undefeated, went to the final. It was played in Notts on like a Wednesday, I think, and it was a tough game, low scoring, but we came out with a victory, and obviously we went home as champions, you know.
So this summer you played in the CGFO for the Okanagan Sun.
Yeah.
What was that like, and how do you think Pride helped you get there?
So obviously it was nice going 13-0. Obviously I'm not going to talk about the final because obviously sadly we lost, but like that season was good. Obviously there was ups and downs, but we won every game. It's nice to win every game. You're a champion at the end of the day, but obviously being at Pride, like there was a lot of development involved. The coaches are good. They kind of like tell you where you start from and kind of like help you like get to where you need to be. So like if you buy in, kind of do your drills, go to the gym, like you'll end up playing in Canada, you know.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Back to you guys in the studio.
We now have a football segment with our reporter Spencer Thompson, who is out on campus with students of SGS to talk about the Premier League and its current landscape.
Hello, good day, and welcome to SGS Campus. I'm your host, Spencer Thompson. Here I'm presenting the most important questions to the most important people. So without further ado, let's get on with the show. What sort of questions do you say? Well, the question I intend to ask students at SGS Campus is their favourite football player. The participating students must stay silent until they hear a better player than the initial player mentioned. Welcome back to SGS. I'm your host Spencer Thompson, joined here with
Sienna Courage.
Isla. What is it that you do here at SGS?
Level 3 Sports Studies.
Level 3 Sport and Exercise Science.
And today, some Premier League football players, and you have to stay silent until you hear a better player.
Right, cool.
And your starting player today, first player is Declan Rice. Is Bukayo Saka. Is Virgil van Dijk better than Bukayo Saka?
No.
Do you think Ollie Watkins is better than Declan Rice?
No.
What about Heung-min Son?
Technique is better.
100%?
Yeah.
100%, wow.
Because he's so, like he reads ahead of the game, you know?
Pretty much right with that. His vision is on point.
Yeah.
Do you think Kevin De Bruyne is better than Cole Palmer?
No.
All right. Well, that concludes it. Declan Rice or Erling Haaland? This is a big one. Remember, Erling Haaland, top goal scorer, 28 goals so far this season.
People are going to be mad at me for this, but Rice.
Declan Rice, or this is another English one, Cole Palmer.
Cole Palmer.
All the way.
Oh my God!
All the way, Cole Palmer.
Chilly in here. Next one. Declan Rice is for Cole Palmer. squad.
Sticking with Decky.
You've heard it.
Sticking with
She's sticking with
Decky.
Decky. Mo Salah or Declan Rice?
I think he's getting overrated,
You've heard it here, folks. Mo Salah's overrated and Declan Rice will win. All right. And last one, Kevin De Bruyne or Cole Palmer?
Cole Palmer.
You think?
Just don't like Kevin.
Ida doesn't know what she's doing. Back to the studio. With a crazy start to the Premier League season, no one knows exactly where the top 10 teams will place coming into this year. And with such mixed responses to students' favourite players, at least some students will feel happy by the end of the Premier League season. That's all from us here at SGS Wise Campus. Now, back to the studio.
We're going to take a quick break for this advert. Don't go anywhere, stay tuned. We're not your average students at SGS. We have passions, dreams, and desires. We strive for success in everything that we do. We believe that everyone should have the opportunity to chase their dreams whilst also maintain their academic studies. This is where dreams become a reality. From the moment we wake up in the morning to the moment we get the bus home, SGS provides us with motivation to be the best. Your future, your SGS.
Welcome back. We're now heading over to our reporter, Harvey Maggs, who's been catching up with SGS Academy student Cesare Moki about his season and career.
I'm here joined by Cesare, and Cesare, first question is, that I'm going to get into is, how would you assess the team season as a whole?
The team, we kind of see it as like a slope. It's like we go up, we go down. It's just that unfortunate trend that we've had this season, which yeah, it's bad. You know, we don't want to lose like 2 games back to back, but it's also, I think we've got a lot of learnings from it.
And keep it on like to your season. So you personally, how would you assess your own season?
Yeah, well, you know what, I started off in September. You know, played Hartbury, played Cardinal Newman, and then I actually had an injury in Cardinal Newman at home the first game. I did my ACJ, so I was out for 4 games. Which is obviously really upsetting, you know, because obviously I want to be there, win or lose. Like as a team, we always want to be there, you know, helping each other out.
Yeah, and obviously, on a more brighter note, you were recently called up to the Italy to train at the Performance Centre. Obviously, both the under-18s and under-20s. So that is an incredible achievement. But how was that experience for you?
Oh yeah, it's definitely an eye-opener, isn't it? You know, I think the last time I was in like a big professional environment was probably last year maybe start of August, you know, under-17s Bristol Bears. That was my last bit of, you know, professional standard coaching and like professional facilities. Not saying that SGS there isn't that, but I'm just saying like on a different level. Obviously me being Italian, you know, I think it just felt like I was back at home, you know, really tight group of boys, you know, everyone speaking the same language, coaching, you know, really friendly, really motivating, you know. It didn't really feel like an international game. It felt just like a group of boys just striving to play rugby and do well.
Yeah, and what were you able to learn as well whilst you were out there?
Obviously, I was able to learn, you know, in the game stuff, like how to better yourself as a player. But I also learned that, because we used to do psychology lessons on like our Fridays, I also learned that, you know, how to overcome certain obstacles. Sometimes, if the game plan doesn't work, how do you call the team in at half time, or like, you know, or a water break and say, right, we've done this wrong, we've done that wrong, let's fix it now. Like getting everyone on that same page.
Yeah, no, that's great. And also like with the Italian squad as well, obviously you're gonna have many like big players in there, or players that will have, you know, big players.
Yeah.
So how supportive did you find them to be? Like were they very supportive towards you as well? Like
I mean 100%. You know, I wouldn't say it felt like a competitive environment. Like it felt like a competitive environment, but I don't think people were trying to purposely be rude to other people to get that advantage. I think everyone was like, again, I compare it to a brotherhood as well. I think, you know, at lunch, you know, everyone's together, breakfast, everyone's together, you know, in their rooms, people are coming in, you know, saying, "Oh, you're right, mate," yeah. That gelling of everyone together from day one to the day that we all left, I think it was just it was unreal, and it just felt like, you know, I've been there since day one.
And now that you have a taste of that experience, does that like drive you even more to want to reach those kind of levels in your career?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely boosts my confidence. Definitely helps my confidence. You know, I'd say, you know, I've done it now. I know what I have to do. I can do the things. I can do things right. I know I can do things. So I don't see why I couldn't. You know, that couldn't help me to get to the next steps. You know, it'll also be hard, but it's just like it helps me. It kind of clears a bit of a pathway for me.
Yeah, and I think you performed at a great level as well for especially someone your age. And I'm sure there's many levels to go up. But like, what are those levels that you can reach? Like, what aspirations do you have upon yourself for your career?
I mean, obviously, you know, playing for your country is like I think that's any boy's dream. You know, any sport. You know, the dream is, you know, play for your country. But I just think I think for me personally, just get to a position in my sporting career where I can say, I'm happy I got to this point and I have no regrets. I leave it all out there.
Now, with playing a sport which is not hugely known or funded in this country, the aim is to always get to the big leagues, whether that be the European leagues or in America. SGS College is no different, with the aim of developing players to get as far as they can in their career, and SGS's latest success, outside linebacker Jack Doble.
I'm Jack Doble. I'm 19 years of age and I play outside linebacker at the University of Wisconsin-Oshkosh.
Artlist.io.
2 years at Somerset Wyvern led him to Filton Pride at SGS College, and after 2 fruitful years at the college, he has moved on to bigger things across the pond at Oshkosh College in Wisconsin. After his first 6 months, I spoke to SGS alumni Jack Doble about his early football memories, his time in Filton, and how America is going.
Oh gosh, that was 2020, December 2020 at Somerset Wyverns. I loved it. It was a different atmosphere compared to regular football, where I felt regular football was very individual. So it was very like everyone's eyes were on you and you had tons of pressure from everywhere. And the atmosphere, I think, was quite toxic. Oh, the speed. It's so quick. It's like, so even though we're at a Division 3 college, which is considered is like the worst division, but the speed, we're playing in the best division. We've played against 6 ranked teams and a Division 2 team. We've got a positive record. We've got a 6-4 record. We had such a good start of the season as well. We just got unlucky because we hit a hump at the very end of the season. I think just technically, everything's like just technically sound. Everything's perfect. Everyone's got everything under lock and key. You've got the knowledge as well. Coming here, the first 3 days, I was chucked tons and tons of playbook knowledge. I had to do extra studying when I got back home just to go, oh crap, I need to go and write it down in my notebook as well, just so I can have it another place and just have to rewrite it in my own words. I think the knowledge, technique, and the speed, those are the hardest things and the most biggest differences. First year for football, extremely disappointing. I mean, we only got for the under 18, under 19s, we only got 2 games. We didn't get any games. We were promised so many. I know it's no one's fault because it's just come out of COVID, but it was quite disappointing because I think we weren't able to get any games, and we would have progressed so much further as a team if we were able to get those games, which we didn't have. So we kind of had there's like 2 steps forward, 1 step back. First was probably just to prove to myself what I can do, what I'm able to do. Because I mean, I've always been a sporty person, and I've been able to take things on quick. But I want to see how far I can go with my athletic and my academic abilities. Don't listen to whoever's putting you down. Like, that's probably the biggest thing. Just people can say something. Just keep to yourself. Keep your head down. Work in the gym. Eat food. Listen to the coaches. Listen to Coach Will. He's going to help you with your nutrition and your gym. Just really just put work into it and just always ask questions as well. It's the best thing to do.
Time for another ad break now. Don't go anywhere and see you all very soon. Time for a bit of festive fun now. This week I've been out with SGS's Football Academy, putting them through their paces in a Christmas crossbar challenge. Hello and welcome to SGS's Quickfire Crossbar Challenge. Wow, that's a mouthful. First of all, I'm going to go blindfolded, then I'm going to hit a volley. We're next going to move into some of the lads doing some like spin-in crossbar challenge. We'll finish off with a one-on-one. Go on then, Marathon. It's in! It's quickfire, yeah, go on! We do not go! Oh!
Hi guys, I'm Rudy Hill. I play left wing back for South Gloucester and Stroud. Here's the Dizzy Ball Challenge.
One. Go on.
You're funny. I'm Sweden. Centre mid. Let's do it.
One. One more, go on.
Hey guys, Big Mike here. About to do the Dizzy Crossbar Challenge. Let's give it a go.
After watching 3 woeful attempts from the lads, thought it was only right to give it a go myself. Oh my god. Next up, we moved on to a crossbar challenge where Rudy and Aaron went head on head to decide the winner of the Christmas crossbar challenge. First off, we had Roddy from Flushed Away.
Yep, that's 2. I'll just hit one more.
Go on, one on one, yeah, go on. Just hit some crossbar. Hill.
Game over.
Seeing as Rudy can't hit a barn door, they've somehow shockingly let this Muppet win.
Before the cameras came on, I won every single crossbar challenge. Shut the front door. You lost. Fuck, 'cause I'm...
We're now joined by Connor Sidley Adams, who leads our academies here at the University Centre, who is here to tell us a little bit about the success of the academies so far this year. Thanks for joining us, Connor.
First question for you today. Could you tell us a little bit about SGS Academy's success this year?
Yeah, I mean, it's been an unbelievable start to the season for a lot of the academies, to be fair. Rugby have kicked off in fine fashion. They've recorded 7 out of 11 victories in the Ace League. The AOC team are top of that division. We've been selected to go to Japan to represent the RFU this year as well, so a huge opportunity for the boys to go and compete on a world stage. We've had 6 internationals, 24 in the Bears programme, and that's just from rugby alone. Obviously, American football, absolutely flying as well. 5 wins from 5 in Bucks, 3 from 3 at FE, beating Team Scotland as well. Held a fantastic Thanksgiving game here as well, celebration event. So yeah, it's been a really good start to the year, and all of the academy should be proud.
Has there been a specific academy that stood out to you the most?
I mean, it's tough to call, really. American football have started really well. Obviously, rugby have done it on a national and an international stage as well. So both academies are flying. It's definitely those two in the running for Academy of the Year.
Are there any particular athletes that have stood out to you this year?
Again, a really tough one to call, really. We've had 12 obviously selected for Team GB American football to go and compete in Spain at under 17 level. We've obviously had the two go to the NCAA. We've had all of our European and Canadian athletes coming back on professional contracts in American football. Not to mention kind of the male football, Cosmo Brown, selected for England colleges as well. And then you've got the 6 internationals, Ches Mochi, Ethan Williams, Taylor Coles, Bruno Lamb and Grace Keel in rugby as well. So there's a lot of individual students doing a fantastic job as well. And
is there any exciting plans for the new year?
It's continuation, really. We've made a fantastic start. We're competing at the top level in the country at a lot of sports. So there's those opportunities to go and win kind of cup competitions, to go and win league titles, etc. Plus a combination of tours as well. I know our female football programme are looking to go to Madrid. We're looking at kind of the international tours for the American football programmes, and then obviously male rugby going out to Japan as well. So some really exciting times coming up.
Perfect. Thanks, Connor. That's all we've got time for today. Thanks for joining us on The Pathway, and we'll see you next time.